Hi everyone, welcome to our class on finding our life mission. We currently live in a society that has a surplus of so many material things, an abundance essentially of what we need that our forefathers, our ancestors have not even dreamt of, so many things that are readily accessible. More so, there is an abundance of knowledge. We're living in an era of knowledge that we could get information at our fingertips, that we could go to college and learn whatever it is that we want. We could study things as we're doing right now on any subject that we want and get that information. However, what is lacking, what's missing from our society is a clear mission statement of exactly what are we supposed to do, what are we supposed to do with all of this abundance of material excess as well as information. What do I do with my diploma? What do I do with what I know? Is life about just retirement and living for something good at the end of the road that eventually is going to happen? Or does life happen now? Do I find my purpose while I'm working, while I'm doing what it is that I'm doing in terms of my career? How do I find my career choice? How do I make that decision? And I get that question asked so many times by young people. What am I supposed to do? I'm good at this. I kind of like this. Am I supposed to choose this? Should I go into that? And it really depends on figuring out the why questions and getting to the basics of understanding what our life mission is all about. And so that's why I put together this class, which I feel is a fundamental class that will help you and help so many others in terms of understanding and fine-tuning what it is exactly that we are supposed to be focused on as we make our big decisions. But before making the big decisions, we need to explore and go back to the basics. So, like in every class, I put together 5 big ideas, and in this first part of finding out our life mission, we are going to talk about an introductory level of understanding what it is to really know what a life mission is all about. That's the first class. The second class is going to delve into career choices, and we're going to begin to discuss it in the 5th big idea. What are some career choices that we could make that is in line with our inner big whys of why we do things? And so in our second class, we're really going to explore those career choices and how to really fine-tune the decisions that we make. Is it based on, we love to do these things, or is it based on what is needed in the world? Is it a combination of the two? Is it not even us that chooses what we do, etc.? So in this first class, we are going to jump into the first big idea of who is the I. So who is the I? So when I ask you, who is you? Who's you? And so the Alter Rebbe in Tanya tells us that right there at the beginning talks about what is called the animal soul. And the animal soul is loosely described as the ego. It is bold, it is instinctive, and it just really thinks about itself. So there's nothing wrong with the animal soul. Just like an animal, there's nothing wrong with an animal, but it just really thinks about itself. And so that's the animal soul, and we are made up of that animal soul, primarily made up of the animal soul. It's what we feel as children, and if we don't work on ourselves, it's what we feel and how we react as adults. And then the Alter Rebbe introduces the godly soul. There's a godly soul which is altruistic, which is selfless, which is just thinks about something which is beyond itself, beyond its basic needs, and it's able to look at the greater needs of all of humanity and of what is called upon it to do.